So, guys, what's going on? It's David, also known as Novastrat here, and today it's another story. Over the summer, I used to work at a summer camp for our town. It's like little kids. I was trying to get into a sports camp, but they put me in the fucking arts and crafts camp. Who fucking cares? I still got paid for it. So, some of the weirdest shit happened to me over this summer. And this is probably one of the weirdest things that happened. So every week, we would go on a field trip. And these field trips would be to a bowling alley, Splashdown, which is like a water park in our area. We would go to the movies one time. And yeah, it was just like a random field trip. Counselors would be able to go free. Kids had to pay for it. All that good shit. So one day, I think it was like the second week, I had first grade kids. So these kids, first of all, they don't fucking listen to you at all. They don't even want to attempt to listen to you. When I tell them, hey, you can't do this, hey, you can't do that, what are they gonna go do? They go, oh, I can do this, and then turn around and fucking do it. So, we went to a bowling alley that week. And when we got there, I had about 5 first grade boys. So these little kids don't fucking listen to you at all. Not in the slightest. So when I tell them to do something, they wouldn't do it. Please. So it was a bowling alley, so naturally these kids were rowdy as fuck. They didn't want to listen to anything. They start picking up these bowling balls, and every second that I turn around, there's another fucking ball going down the lane. So when I see a ball go down the lane, I think, why the fuck are these kids doing it? So these kids are chucking balls. Heavy balls, too. You think all first graders, they can't lift up these shit. These kids were lifting up 16-pound balls. So when these kids were chucking them down the lane, they would get stuck. These kids don't understand that one person goes at a time. 7 balls go down. I go, okay, 1 gets stuck. I go down. I don't call anyone over because it would just take too long. I just say, okay. I go down, pick up the ball, and that'd be it, right? You would think. So when I turn my back or I go down and actually get the ball, another ball comes down and gets stuck. These kids, they don't understand. So at one point, I don't know where I went or what I did. I was talking to maybe one of the counselors, and I look back, and those, I don't know what they call the ramps. The ramps that kids use, little kids use to roll down the bowling alley. I turn my head and I see these fucking kids with 6 of them, or 4 or 5 of them, rolling balls down the lane. All in the one lane, rolling down. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't understand why these kids were doing it, but each kid, I had 5 kids, each kid had their own ramp. All throwing down balls. I don't know. It gets worse. It gets worse. These kids, they don't want to fucking listen to you at all. So I'm gonna win this game quickly. Okay. This one kid, I'm gonna fucking say their name. It's not that big of a deal. This one kid named Eli. Eli, I think, was semi-retarded. Not gonna be mean. Not gonna sugarcoat it. I think this kid was retarded. So when I would always tell this kid what to do, he would not really even hear me. And he would just do his own fucking thing. I wanted to punch this first grader in the face. This kid, I wanted to hit. He wouldn't do anything that I said. He wouldn't do anything. I just wanted to fucking knock him out. So this one, he comes over. I don't know who the fuck gave this kid coffee. But he's like, hey, do you know what coffee tastes like? I'm like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have it. And he goes, my mom let me. Oh, his mom let him. That's a great parent, right? So he takes a sip of coffee. You know, this kid, I was like, okay, he probably won't like it. I understand that, but he goes, like, spits it everywhere. This kid spit coffee everywhere. All over the fucking bowling balls, all over the floor, all over, like, my shoes. Like, I wanted to hit this kid. Bad. Like, you don't even know how much I wanted to hit this kid. I didn't even know what to do. Like, this kid just literally just spit coffee all over the ground. And that wasn't the first time he'd done it. He went over to the fucking, like, the owner of the camp and did it. Like, what's the matter with this fucking kid that he's doing it? But it gets fucking better. We were leaving. It was about the time that we were leaving, so everyone was getting on the buses. There was like 3 buses we had to fit in. And I don't even know, but like these kids, all but 2 of my kids were on the bus. So I was like, okay, I gotta go in, find them. So I go in, I'm like, okay, they're not in the lanes, they're not in here, not in there, blah, 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 blah. So I go, oh, maybe they're in the bathroom. Just guess what I fucking see in this bathroom. These 2 kids, it was Eli and another kid, both had their fucking pants around their ankles. Get that, right? So they're taking a leak. Okay? I was fine with that. No. These 2 kids both were pissing everywhere. Literally everywhere. It's like they took their you know, their dick, started fucking helicoptering that shit. Like piss was flying everywhere. On the ceilings, on the fucking walls. I'm pretty sure on each other. I didn't get a good glimpse. So I walk into this fucking bathroom. I go in. I'm like, alright guys, we need to go. I witness what I get a glimpse of what the fuck is going on. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't get paid good. I don't get paid enough for this. And I fucking walk out. I misplayed, okay. I walk out. Like, what do you want me to do in that situation? These 2 kids, I'm pretty sure they had their arms around each other. They were seeing how far they can pee into the fucking urinal, but they weren't really accurate and they were just flinging it everywhere. Like, what do you want me to do in that situation? I shouldn't be getting paid minimum wage to deal with fucking first graders pissing on themselves. I mean, how do fucking teachers do it, man? Like, kindergarten teachers, they have to deal with kids shitting themselves most of the time. Like, why would you ever want to do this? The only reason why I took this job was because I needed money over the summer. Like, I wouldn't do this because I love kids. Like, no, fuck the kids. Like, I'm not here for that. I'm just here to, to make money. I'm not here to see a witness a kid piss himself. Like, I'm not here for that. So I go in, I walk out, I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. I get back on the bus, and the people, like my counselors, the other counselors in my group, are like, what's going on? I'm like, they're in the bathroom. Just let them be. Like, I'm not about to deal with this shit. I'm not about to deal with this shit. So I just get on the bus and that was it. Like, I'm done. Like, at that point, like, I couldn't do anything. So at that point, like, I'm done. I wait for the kids to come back. I go back in. I don't go in the bathroom, but I wait for them outside. And I'm just like, at this point, like, I can't deal with it. Like, at some point, I just need to, like, have my own time. Like, it's much more funny when you're, like, there and you see what was going on. But for fucking $8.75 an hour, I'm not gonna fucking deal with kids pissing on themselves. Like, if you want to do that for a living, hey, become a fucking kindergarten teacher. But, you know, like, nope, I can't do it. It's not happening.